Hello, everybody, and welcome. Like I said on a live last week, we're always doing cool stuff at White House with software, with engineering, with product, all the fun things. This, what we're talking about today with the Wall Designer, is loud. It's big. It's confetti-inducing excitement. Yes, exactly. So before we get into that, walking through the tool and the capabilities and all the things, I am Matt. I am the Director of Client Success here at White House, and I'm joined by Scott, who's going to be doing all of our demos, showing presentation mode and the effectiveness of the Wall Designer. So to begin with, the goal today, to bring it all back down to kind of a simple state, is to show you how to use this tool, which is already part of your workflow, to make more money.
Got to sell that.
Got to sell that and the things that we're going to show you today. So let's just start off with a really simple question. So how many times have you gotten to a place with your clients where they love their images and they don't end up doing anything with them? You run out of runway and excitement to get them to actually close the sale, whether that's through a gallery, through an in-person sale, through a Zoom meeting, whatever that is. How many times have you don't have the tools to finish that? Unfortunately, I think the percentage is pretty high out there. So to begin with, why do we want to use the Wall Designer? So Scott, why do people want to use the Wall Designer? I don't have to talk through this whole thing today.
Yeah, no, happy to be here and excited to talk through this tool. And as Matt was mentioning, we've talked to so many clients over the years, and they have wonderful images that they sell, and clients can really easily imagine the little 8x10 prints or the small things that they're going to have, or the album. But when you get to selling wall art, the big wall collages, how do you do that? How do you help your client visualize that? How do you help them understand, how is this going to look in my space? How is this going to fit? Like, am I going to love this? How big is it going to be?
Yep.
So all of these questions are things that we, for years, have been building software to try and help our customers help their clients really visualize and see how that all works and fits together.
Yeah, and I'm going to interrupt you here real quick. So I think another really big piece of that is the simplicity of how really easy this is to use.
Yeah.
You don't have to jump out of the website. You don't have to download a third-party software. You don't have to pay for a lease. You don't have to input your stuff into it, sizing. Yeah. It's all done for you. This has full knowledge of all the Whcc products.
Yep.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
That saves you so much time. Plus, the cost of this is exactly free.
Exactly free.
Exactly
$0.
$0, yes, exactly.
So if you haven't used the website to order, it's always been easy to buy one thing. And over the last couple of years, we really wanted to take that simplicity and bring it to groups of things. A gallery wall, a collage. But even if you're just ordering one thing, it's really nice to be able to see how big that's going to be in a space.
Exactly.
And so we really leveled up the tool set of the website, but as Matt was saying, it's still just right on the website. And so we'll run through everything and show you how easy it is to get in there and create beautiful wall collages and then actually sell those to clients. Obviously, it's not just about designing them for fun. We actually want to take these things and turn them into dollars in everyone's pockets.
Yes, we'd actually like to be able to eat and pay mortgages and stuff like that.
All of that.
So let's get to it.
Yeah.
Let's talk through the how of the Wall Designer and how it works.
Yep. So I'm over on the computer here, and just this is our product page that kind of introduces the idea of how this all works. And so whole goal, create perfect gallery walls right on the website. And so our editor that you've hopefully known and loved and used in the past has a bunch of additional tools that are going to help you take and build out a wall collage. And this is super simple to use, and it's built into any of the products on the website. So if I'm in our website, maybe I'm wanting to order a frame print, and I'm here and I click order now. I jump right into our editor, and so if you haven't made an account already, it'll do that in a couple of minutes, and you can be ordering immediately. And here I'm just going to take and drop an image in and see it. And as I was mentioning, cool, this is an 8x10 photo print. Well, how big is that actually?
And unfortunately, in the realm of measurements, people think an 8x10 is huge.
Yes.
Which it is not.
It is not.
Yes.
You can see here we've got our 8x10, and we've brought this tool set into the editor. So when you're ordering, you say, I want to make a gallery wall, and you now can preview this item in this space. And so I've got my frame right here, and we can just click into it. And 8x10, as we said, not that big. Well, let's bump this up and make it a lot bigger. So let's make it a 24x36 instead. And so you can see here, I've got it in a scene on top of a couch, and I can move it around and see how that looks. And maybe we want to add in a couple more images here. So let's just upload some more photos into this. And so we've got this beautiful family, and I can just drag another image up. And now I've got 2 images side by side right here in the editor. And so it makes it so that you can position these, move them around. And as Matt was saying, these are the real products. This is the online ordering that you've hopefully used in the past. It has all of the options. And so these here currently are our frame prints with the woodland walnut 3/4 molding, but I can change that and I can make it so that this is the 2 1/4, the new one that we just rolled out that's a bit wider. Let's put a fine art print in here, add a matte to it. And so I can come in and make those same adjustments over here on the other print as well. And so we'll make it a fine art print with a matte. And now we've got these 2 products, again, so you can just see them right here beautifully together with the couch down below. I've got those items, and it can really be as simple as that. And so I can click review, and I can just add this right to my shopping cart.
So Scott, you and I and the people here at White House, we work within the website and the software a ton. For somebody who's just watching this and has not played with it before, what's the learning curve? How long is it going to take to learn how to do it?
I mean, we've tried to make it extremely user-friendly. And one of those things that Matt was saying is you don't have to worry about a fee or a trial. There's all that software out there where it's like, you can try it for a week.
Yeah.
The cool thing here is if you have a Whcc account, you have access to this. And so you just come to the website, you click order, and you jump right in. And obviously, if you are struggling or you do want just like a sounding board, we do have consultations on the website, so you can reach out. And
we do.
One of us is happy to walk through it with you, but we've seen a lot of clients who have reached out and said oh, I never actually used the online ordering, but I just tried it yesterday, and I'm already ordering and designing things with it. So.
Yep. So then another question, if somebody loves groupings, but they really don't have a knack for putting them together or a little bit of fear, what's available as far as preset designs?
Yep. So we've got a couple of things there, and we've just started rolling out these new collections. So again, on the website, under wall art, we went right through a frame print, but there's this new category over here called gallery walls. And so this is going to bring me to a page that has a bunch of our favorite marketing layouts that we've done over the years. And so you can actually see here the gallery that's right on the wall behind us is right here. And so if you saw this in our marketing or you see it on this webpage and you're like, I love that, you can just come right here, click customize, and that'll bring you right into the gallery wall editor. These products are already sized, configured, they're good to go, and you can just drop your images into them. And so I'll just bring those same set of photos from my desktop over.
So I just want to clarify too, while Scott is doing this, this isn't just the size of the prints up on the walls, this is the actual product itself. So what you're seeing behind Scott is exactly what's up on the screen as far as the surface of the print, the size, and the frame moldings.
Yep. Yeah, and so if you click into all of these, this is that woodland walnut 2 1/4, but it is the photo print with luster, with protective lamination. It is the exact thing that is on the wall there. And it's really exciting to be able to have all of these options accessible, so you never get into that situation where you're like, I pitched them something, but I can't actually make it.
Right.
And if you do get in that boat, we do have custom sizes, so if we reach out, you're not up a river without a paddle in that scenario, but it's obviously
I was wondering which analogy
thing.
we were going to use there.
Yeah, it came to me eventually.
Exactly. And also, it's really good to note, I'm a huge fan, for those of you that have heard me talk before, of mixing and matching surfaces and mixing and matching frames. So this is actually 3 different frames, same print surface, but you have a 2 1/4, a 3/4 woodland walnut, and then we added a float frame in there. So why not play with the design? Make it look like an interior designer did it. It just adds to that luxury value for what you're selling to your clients.
Yeah, and I love in this situation where we've got the walnut for the frames and the float frames. And the fact that you can go across line there and the wood will still match. Obviously it's a natural walnut, so maybe a natural tree variation, but the fact that this all goes together, super high end. If someone's got a home that has walnut accents in it, that's going to be beautiful. And being able to visualize that. And so that gets us in actually to a really cool feature of this, which is, how do I actually know how this is going to look in my space?
I was just going to bring that up.
We're going to the same spot. That's cool. So here you can see back in the editor, we've got this layout that we've been working with. And over in the sidebar here, right underneath groupings, so really quickly before we go to scenes, as Matt was mentioning a second ago, we've got a ton of built-in groupings. We're adding more over time, so you can get at those from the website. But right under that, you can do custom scene. And so we've got our auto here that'll change as you adjust images. You can switch to blank if that's distracting. So you can just design without any context, and that's an option. But upload scene right here at the bottom. I click Upload Scene. I'm going to grab a photo right here of a room that we've got. And I have a little ruler. And so it'll take my photo and upload it. And then I've got my handles. And so this is a couch that I know the back cushion of this is 37.5 inches. So I'll drag my handles, type in 37.5, and save that scene. And now there's my images, and they're loading on top of it, and I can drag these things right up and position them and see. And so just imagine the scenario that your client is trying to figure out, and you're working together, like, what is the art we should put in this room above this sofa? Yeah. What is the size? What's going to look good and fit the wall opening here to the lamp over here?
Yeah,
like,
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No worries.
And really the goal when you're doing this is to create something that when people see it in their own environment, or an image of it in their own environment, it's something that they didn't even know they needed until they saw it.
Yeah.
So the power of somehow being able to get these images, whether it's going to your client's home, if you happen to be meeting in their home for their sales presentation, that's a perfect opportunity. Getting them to send you the images, whatever that process is, it's very, very important, because being able to visualize what it really looks like, frame colors, tones, images with your couch and surroundings, that is going to push you over the limit as far as your sales goes. It's really going to help with that.
Yeah. And like, again, the woodland molding set that we've got here, these are all the walnut from our pre-made collage. But now that I've gotten this in here, I can see there's actually some light colored accents. Okay. So if we wanted to come in and switch these, we could go over to our lighter color wood accents instead. And of course, that's going to change up our layout a little bit, but it's just a couple clicks away where we've got our natural wood options in all of these areas. And so you can switch this over to the natural and see how we like the color and the sizing. And maybe I want to make some of these a little bit smaller or adjust, but it's that same existing ordering flow that we've had on the website for a long time. But now you can do multiple things at once, and you can do multiple things in a space together. And so I can switch those right over, position them, and find something that hopefully my client loves. Right. Not just I love those images, but I actually love seeing that art hanging in my space.
Totally. So when you're meeting with clients, Scott, they don't need to see all this. They don't necessarily need to see Whcc as the person that's producing these. How do you do that in front of a client, whether you're meeting with them in person, at a coffee shop, via Zoom? How do you do that?
Well, now you're going exactly where I was going to go. Nice. So funny how that happens. So we've actually
I feel like we've maybe done this before.
We haven't, which is surprising, but maybe we will after this. So there's a new button in all of our editors, and it's right down here in the corner, and it's called Presentation Mode. Okay. And so there's a new feature we've added across the board for online ordering. And so all you got to do is click Start Presenting, and it's going to say, I'm going to open a live window that'll update as you make changes, but I am going to let you share that however you want. So I click Present. You can see here, I have this new browser window, and it's just the workspace. It's just that scene in the middle. It doesn't have the pricing. It doesn't have the sidebar. It doesn't have the image gallery. It's just that wall collage and that layout. And so I've got this accessible, and now I can share it with people. And so the room that we're in here, we actually have a second TV set up. And so it's as easy, pretending this is our studio room. We've got our client sitting on a couch, and I'm at my laptop. Just drag this over to our other monitor and size it up. And there is our scene and our collage, and it's available. And now when I make changes over here, so I'm going to move this image around, and actually, let's just play with it a bit. We can try and make this maybe a wide thing instead and pop our two off by the side. And then this one, let's make it a little bit less tall. And so, of course, you can do all of this before your client shows up to the meeting and work through the pieces and parts, or you can do this live in front of them. And so this one, we really want to maybe swap and put a different photo in there. Cool, let's change it. What do you think of that? Does that look good? Do we want to crop it differently? So again, I'll go back to the wall here. I'll take 3 of them.
Yes.
Cool. You need one for your house and one for grandma's house and one for grandpa's house and all of that.
All of them.
All the family gets it. But yeah, so this presentation mode makes it so that you can work, you see the prices, you see all of the options, and your client just gets to focus on the overall finished product.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this is this all builds into the website's project support, all of our sharing support. And so it's really foundationally built in. And so I'm showing it today, and we've got it here in the gallery walls.
Yep.
But if you've used our online ordering for cards or for albums, it works there too. And so the presentation mode stuff is a really slick new addition that really just is designed to make it easier to sell products.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you mentioned that, Scott. So we've been focused on wall design.
Yep.
But if you have not used the card editor, you must have been living under a rock for the last, however many years that's been around. So you're telling me that you can do the same thing with the card editor, you can do the same thing with the album designer?
Yep.
Cool. Can we check that out?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, definitely. And so all of this functionality has been added to the website. So if I go to my projects in the website, I'm going to go right, if you haven't been to projects before, go right under the account button, Studio Projects, click that little link. That takes you to your projects. And what is a project, if you don't know? A project is just a set of images that has stuff inside of it. And so I've pre-made a couple here, but I can click New Project, give it a name, upload my images. And the cool thing is then I just have to upload my images one time. So we've got the exact same set of images that are here on the wall behind us and here in my project on the software. And so I just click into the project, and you can see here on the screen, I'm able to stay organized and keep all of my stuff. And so I've got a couple of gallery walls for this client. I've got an album, I've got a card, and all of those things are just accessible in the project. And so say they want more options, you want to make more things, that just helps you keep organized, keep everything right inside here.
So with what Scott's teaching here and the power of the software, you're able to, as you're prepping for your sales presentation with your client, you can go in and you can pre-design these things. And with the editors, it takes you such a minimal amount of time. If you set aside 10 minutes or even 15 minutes to go in and give them maybe a good, better, best option for their wall display, put together an album design, put together a few card designs, it always helps for people to visualize things, especially in their own home, and it makes it easy to buy instead of let's just start from scratch.
Yeah.
If we're starting with good, better, best, and they choose better, and then along the way it ends up in more of a best category, that is a win all the way through. Same with albums. If you have a display sample for them to page through and see the quality, but then also see their images in the design, it's a no-brainer.
Yep.
You have to do it.
Yeah, and so as Matt was mentioning, the project holds everything in here, and you can recreate those options. And so in the case of this client, we could come and in the sidebar over here, you've got all of the different things that we can make. And so say it's around this time of year, you just finished this session, they want wall art, but also they want to send out a Christmas card this year and announce that they're expecting. And so we can jump right into our holiday card designs, pick one that you like, hit start designing. All of those photos that we already uploaded are accessible, and since today we're focusing on the presentation mode part of it, that same button right down here, just click Start Presenting. It'll give you the window, here that is, and let's pretend here that instead we're not in person anymore. It's like a Zoom call, and instead I've got Zoom going, I'm screen sharing with my client remotely, and you go into Zoom, you hit the little screen share button, and it's what do you want to share? Well, prior to presentation mode, you had to share this, and your client could see whatever you were doing, and they'd see everything. And now, you can just screen share this one window, and as we drop an image into the front, they can see that, and as I make changes and updates over here, it'll update right in real time over on the edge. And thankfully, with the way that the software works, you don't have any worries about them seeing something that you don't want them to see. So I'm over here editing, and this is the Anderson family, so I'll type in their name. And the second I hit this apply button, it live updates over there. So I don't see you make a typo or fumble on something, but you can make changes, you can adjust colors, and that was perfectly designed. What are the odds that would work?
I know, that looks great.
Yeah. So you can design it. We're on the front, we're on the back. We can come in here and make changes. And cards are always a great opportunity for studio branding. So we can get our Instagram handle or whatever it is here on the back. Again, your client sees those changes as you make them. You can come and add envelope kind of printing. And so presentation mode, obviously, is accessible across all of these editors. And so Gallery Walls has it, projects, all of that. Just save the thing back to your project, and you're good to go and do the next item.
So Scott, you've been talking about ordering through the website and then also projects. Can you take a minute and just explain the difference between those two things in case somebody hasn't used those before?
Yes, they really build on top of each other, and we really wanted to make it so that when you're buying from the website, you can be as quick as possible. And so that is just website, online, direct ordering. And so if I want to just I'm going to order one individual frame, I go to the frame prints page, I click order now, I jump right into the editor, I upload my photos, I do all of the stuff that pushes it right into my cart. And that's great for just fast, I just want to order one thing.
Yep.
Instead, if you are going to order a couple of things for a client or you haven't worked out what you're going to order yet, and you're, like you said, getting ready for a sales session, making some of those things, instead, go to the website, click on that Studio Projects link right there, and that will take you into your project list. You make the project, and then you've got all of the items inside of it. And so it's really just, do you want to order one thing really quickly, or are you going to order a bunch of things, or potentially a bunch of things, make a project, upload those images one time, and then you can make all of the items and share them there.
Got it. And you can put up to how many images into a project then?
You can put up to 600 images in a project, and we just hold on to those for you, and then you can put up to hundreds of items in those projects.
That's awesome.
So we've got some clients that certainly everyone loves that big client that has a huge house to fill with a lot of things.
Yep.
So you can put a ton of art in there, a ton of cards or albums, whatever. And yeah, like we were talking earlier, once I'm in that project, I can make any of the items, or I can just click right in to make a gallery wall. And so if I do that, I again jump right into the editor. My images are already uploaded. I can just drag and drop my image up, and we can click into it and start making changes. And we've been looking at frames a lot, but again, it's all of the products. And so this client, maybe they've got a very modern home, and they really want acrylic prints. I can come here, click into acrylic, click into our sizes. All the size offering is available there. Just click right in and crop. And again, right from the project, you can click that presentation mode button and jump right over there. We can go back to the wall here, and maybe they're gonna do a nice 2-up of images. One of the really exciting things I like about the project is we've really tried to make it easy to work with. So 30/40 acrylic print, I drag up the second photo, I just get another one of those. And so it really is easy to configure one thing and then have a couple items that go along with it and review. And if I want to just buy this right now, I can buy it or save to project. That'll put it back into my project for me. It'll be accessible. And again, I'm prepping to share with this client. I've got all of the options and offering that's available. And then when I jump into the sales session with them, whether it's in person or virtual, you can just use the project that holds all of the pieces and is ready to go.
That's fantastic. Okay, so now that you've done all this design work with the press cards, with albums, with the wall designer, and you have those designed, let's just say, and I'm not advocating for this, but let's just say you don't have all the buyers necessary at the sales session. And the buyer that is there says, I need to be able to show this to somebody different.
Yep.
How do you do that? What are the capabilities there?
So built in again to the software is the idea of shared unbranded proofing. And so I have a wall right here. Maybe this is the one we zeroed in on. This is the actual photo of the living room, and the couple loves it and they want to just make sure that they love it. There's a little share button. And so you click right here, and share will open up this new page. It doesn't mention Whcc in it. It's just share.dragdropdesign. And right up top is that beautiful image. And so just imagine again the connection here. This is your client's living room. Yep. Either you were in their space and shot that photo, or they grabbed that photo because they knew that they wanted to put art there. And you've actually been able to take the results from that session, put them on this wall, and show that image of this is what this will look like. And this page does have a nice zoomed in view of all of them, so they can be good with the crops and good with all the options. But yeah, you just get this share link, and so you can get that from the project here, the little share thing. Say we're in the editor, like you don't even need to leave the editor to get it. Right in the review screen, there's a button up in the corner that says share proof. So you can get it right there. And the last spot you can get at that is, say it's in your cart. Like you just put the thing right directly in your cart. That button is right there. So this is the one we made a little bit earlier and we're looking at with the clients on the TV. Well, again, they want to send it and make sure that it's going to look good. Just share proof. That gets you that right there. And again, that zoomed in image on each of these individual kind of canvases so that they can make sure that they love it.
That's awesome. So then for the non-branded proof, there's a few different scenarios for doing that. So if you, like I was saying, if you don't have all the buyers necessary, if you have to share it out, that's fine. If it's a situation where maybe you don't do in-person sales and you're selling through a gallery, It would be awesome to design a few walls, design an album, design a card, send those out to the client to kind of rekindle that sale if it really hasn't gone anywhere, especially this time of year, doing some sort of an incentive for them to purchase that for the holidays. You can drop ship it straight to them if they're going to go with that. It's very slick with that. And then also, like after the fact, if you've closed the sale and you just are doing your final design work and you want to send them the proof out to look at, to just be like, yep, that looks perfect. That's another really great use for that as well.
Yeah, and I think all of the tools here are designed for flexibility. And so like we were showing with presentation mode, we've had clients, and it's only been out for a couple of weeks, and we've had clients that have used it in a sales session in person. And like we're doing here in this room, drag it over to your TV, put it up on your projector, and share it that way. Share it via Zoom. Like you were saying, if you don't have the client there in front of you, use the share page that is unbranded. And so presentation mode is good for live, even if it's not in person, but a live sales session, where the share page can be used in that other capacity. And ultimately, like just saving time. Like you might have a collage that you already sell all the time to clients. You got a sample of it up on the wall, and we're gonna put that image there, that image there, that image there. Great, you make it one time, put in a project, and then just drag up your new images, hit order, sends it right to the cart. And I think that's one of the coolest parts about it, and I still have the cart on the screen, and it's once you make one of these gallery walls, it just shows up in your cart as an item. And so here's my wall, it's got 3 things on it, it's $400 and some, and there's the 3 items inside of it, and they're exactly what you produced and what you made. And so instead of making this as 3 separate things, accidentally maybe forgetting something, you see it all, you know that you've got all of it. And I mean, we'd all love the client scenario where they've got the living room and they've got the family room, and they've got their 2 wall collages. And here's these 2 spaces. Actually, it looks like you were here before I were, and they got a upstairs bedroom too, with another 5 items in it.
And it kind of looks similar to their other room.
Nice, yeah, but that's great. I mean, see, we filled up the cart, we've got all the stuff in it, and this makes it super easy to check. And who doesn't want this $2,000 sale on our end that is maybe $10,000 on your end?
Absolutely, or more.
Or more.
Yes, exactly. So in closing, I just want to make sure that that you understand, everybody who's following along with us today understands the power of what this really is. And that there is no commitment, there's no lease, there's no cost to it. It's built into a system you're already familiar with. And if you haven't played with website ordering or with projects, I really encourage you to do that. This is good. This is strong, it's big, it's confetti inducing.
Yeah, we're actively improving it and adding features to it. And if you want to learn more about it, just come right on the website under our little ordering drop-down right here. There's the Gallery Wall Designer, top of the list. And this page is going to just walk through and summarize all the stuff that we're talking about. So there's a big button up here that you can just make one if you already are like, I'm ready to go. Don't hold me back. You can do that. You can browse the templates. But in general, it just sums up the idea that it's like you use this tool to arrange your layout. You can customize it, and it's the full product offering. So it's everything that we have available for wall art right here in this editor. Drag and drop, move it around, adjust, see how things look. You can visualize that and upload the scene and see how it's going to look in the client's space. And that can be great for you to know what you're selling, but then also for the client to visualize it, and that impacts and again goes into our share. And so you can send that link to your client, and you can use the presentation mode or the share link, whether you were doing something live or not. And at the end, you just order. And so one button, one click away, and it turns into an order with us. It's not a separate tool that you now have to back into actually placing that order. And so go to the website, hit order now, either start from a frame, start from a project. Either way, no matter how you go, you can get into a gallery wall and put it right in your shopping cart.
Love it. It's fantastic. And again, if you have more specific questions after watching this today, Scott, would you mind showing where you can go and book a one-on-one consultation with customer service?
Yep. So yeah, we're right here on the website and on our Contact Us page. Oh, look at that gentleman right there. There's a link right here where you can schedule a one-on-one consultation, book your consult, and it'll take you over, and you can just pick what you want. And so studio makeover, need help with an order, whatever you're wanting to chat with us about, you can book something. And
fantastic.
This is for a more in-depth conversation. If you just have a little issue, definitely just feel comfortable too reaching out to customer service in the moment. They're live on the phones and email and chat and all of that, and they'd love to help you learn how to use these tools to their fullest.
They do all the things.
They do.
Absolutely. And we really appreciate you joining us today. We hope that you're as excited about this as we are. If you do have questions when you're watching this, feel free to put them in the chat too. We keep an eye on all that stuff. So if you do have questions, do that. We'll get back to you on that. Again, thank you for joining us. Now let's go design some walls, albums, and cards and make some money.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.